What is up today, guys? Today I thought we'd do something a little different. This week I'd been working on a logo for oh, I hit the table. Calm down, phone. But this week I'd been working on a logo for someone that contacted me on Facebook. I believe it's a cosplay group, so they're awesome. So what we're gonna do is, I've got my drawing that I did for them. I'm gonna color it, and while I'm coloring that, I figured I'd answer some questions to help you guys kind of get to know me more. This might be interesting. It might be really boring. I don't know. We're gonna see. 20 questions. Let's go. The first 19 questions all came from some website I googled. Questions to get to know someone. I threw in like one at the very end. We're gonna answer these. Question 1, how often do you play sports? Well, I don't. Back in high school when, gym class came around, I was friggin' awesome. I never played any sports in high school either, but I was pretty good at the gym class sports. Not gonna lie. Threw basketball backwards, landed in, swish. It was like one time, but it happened, so there's that. Number 2, what jobs would you be terrible at? Well, I've been told that I'm tone deaf, so I imagine I wouldn't be a great singer. And also some sort of chef, probably. Or just anyone that works with food, because I cannot cook anything. The best thing I can make, and Bailey will vouch for this, is chicken Krispies. What's that? It sounds amazing, right? Well, what it is just cut up pieces of chicken that I burn. That's that. Wouldn't be a good singer, wouldn't be a good chef. Number 3, if you had unlimited funds to build a house that you would live in for the rest of your life, what would the finished house be like? It'd be a big house. There'd probably be an exercise room, an art room, a chill room, a room in which you get to just go in there, lay down, and there's a whole bunch of giant stuffed animals everywhere. If I have to pick like one thing for my finished house, I want like secret rooms, like pull a book on a bookshelf and then it like swings open and you can go down a hall. Something like that. I think that would be really friggin' awesome. Okay, let's move on to number 4. What songs have you completely memorized? That would be A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman, definitely, and then Shiny from Moana. Shiny, boom. Those songs I got locked down. Number 5, who is your favorite Disney princess? Well, shoot. If I were to name my top 3, my 3 would be, in no particular order, Moana, Rapunzel, probably Elsa. Elsa's pretty friggin' awesome. But if I had to pick one of those, I really like Rapunzel. Rapunzel's pretty cool. I'm gonna say Rapunzel's my favorite. Number 6, what do you wish you knew more about? Well, I wish I knew more about things other people know about. Okay, so let me explain. The things that I know really well. The category of things that I know real well is so small that I wish I knew more about more things. Like if someone's talking about a meme or something like that, I can be like, I got you, I know. Or if someone brings up childhood experience, I can be like, yes, I've had something similar. But I don't have anything like that. So I wish I knew more about common things. I guess there's that. I mean, like I said, what I know well. But what I know, it's a small category. I feel like Captain America sometimes, from the first Avengers movie. I think it was Fury who said something about flying monkeys, and Cap's was like, I get that, I understand that. Well, I got that reference, or something like that. I'm kind of like Captain America. What I know well, but what I know isn't really like talked about, so I wish I knew things that people talked about. Boom. Number 7, we're almost halfway. What shows are you into? I really like The Flash, Once Upon a Time, and American Horror Story. I really like those. Like, I like Big Brother, but this past season, I just couldn't get into. The past Celebrity Big Brother, I couldn't get into. So yeah, The Flash, Once Upon a Time, definitely. I really like The Office, but I mean, that's not on anymore. So that stinks an awful lot. Moving on. Number 8, what is the best single day on the calendar? May 30th. That's my birthday, but it's also the day that I asked Bailey to be my girlfriend. So it's like, I figured she couldn't say no on my birthday. So there is that. That is the single best day on the calendar. Number 9, what is the one thing in your life that makes everything else worth it? As Bailey. Without Bailey, heck, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be, but Bailey is the one thing that makes everything else worth it. Number 10, what kind of art do you enjoy? I enjoy art. Okay, well, I can tell you what kind of art I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy the kind of art where it's like, what's the right word? Where it's so out there and people think it's just amazing, but I'm like, I don't get it. I like art that's, I guess, simple in a way, but also kind of complicated. Sometimes I think the way you get to your finished piece is more interesting than the finished piece itself. Okay, so here's what I guess I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say I like art that has a story behind it, I guess. Not like this picture was painted and then carried through the mountains and then it was on top of Everest and then it came back and then it went in a submarine. No, I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested in the story of making the piece. piece, not where all the pieces been. I guess I'm also not a fan of like the emotional kind of art. Like, it's a big canvas with splatters of paint on it, that's all it is, but it conveys so much emotion and you read so hard into it. No, I'm not a big fan of that either. The kind of art I like is not to sound like noxious or anything, but the kind of art I like is the art that I do, the art that's just a little different. The way you get there is a little different too. Like painting my Black Panther with the claws, the finished piece isn't fantastic, but the way I got there was fun. And that's the kind of art I like. What's something else I did like that? Did I do anything else like that? Venom out of hot glue. The finished piece isn't anything that's gonna change the world or anything, but the way I got there, I've never seen anyone else use hot glue to kind of texture a piece. So I thought that was really cool. Not trying to be like I'm awesome or anything, but my favorite kind of art is the art that I do. Number 11, what movie title best describes your life? It doesn't specify whether or not this is a movie title that already exists or one that I just like make up and this would be the title of my movie. I would title my movie Me, how I got here. My spring semester, so my second semester at college before Full Sail, it was my freshman year, I had to write an origin story, and people are picking like the origin of this object or the origin of this idea or something. I titled my paper Me, How I Got Here, and it was my origin. Like, I interviewed both sets of grandparents, I interviewed my mom and dad, and I was like, how did you guys meet? And then I calculated all the math and I was like, there was a 0.000000000% chance that I should be here, but that's the origin of Me, How I Got Here. I'd probably carry that title over to a movie, Me, How I Got Here. So watch out, that movie's coming your way soon. Number 12, why and when did you decide to choose the career path you're on? Well, this is a pretty similar question to the one a friend from church asked me last week or so. She asked me how I knew I was an artist, like when I knew, stuff like that. So this is kind of asking the same thing. When I answered her, I was a little like, I'd never answered that question before. I'd never even thought about it. So I didn't really have an answer. I just kind of rambled off some things I've done that I'm proud of, that I was like, hey, that's art. Let's dissect this a little bit more. So when did I decide to choose the career path that I'm on? When I did it? Shoot, I think I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I was watching SpongeBob, right? And up until that point, I was like, I'm gonna be an architect because architect has art in it. I didn't really fully understand what an architect did. Once I figured it out, I was like, oh shoot. But I was watching SpongeBob one day and I was like, you know what? Someone gets paid to make SpongeBob, you know, move and become animated. So I looked into it and I was like, heck, animation, let's do this. So that's when. Now why kind of ties back into that. Architect, I looked it up, it's really boring. Like, nothing against anyone that is an architect, just boring to me, all that math and jazz and whatnot. So I was like, hey, animation seems pretty cool. So I looked into it and I was like, heck yeah, this is. But I didn't really realize that I was a little different at art until about senior year of high school, when I was making a whole bunch of awesome stuff. Like, I made a Breakfast Club piece out of string art with Bender raising his fist in the air, and it was like 2 feet tall and it had the actual VHS tape on the bottom of it. A flag out of toy soldier. I made a dog out of popsicle sticks and playing cards. Heck, what else did I make? The giant Marvel comic page. I made a Coke bottle that's a few feet tall. The Beatles, life size, 6.5 feet tall by 16 feet wide. So that was pretty friggin' awesome. So I didn't realize I was like cool at art until that year. When did I realize I was good? Senior year. When did I decide to become an animator? That was around 7th or 8th grade. And why? Because I was like, I want a job that's fun, you know? So that is that. Alrighty, we are gonna move on to question 13 of 20. If you suddenly became a master at woodworking, what would you make? I would make giant battleship, like at least 6 feet tall, 6 feet long. So if you were to put the two things back to back, it'd be 6 feet tall, 12 feet wide, I guess. All sorts of awesome pieces. So if I were like amazing at woodworking, that's what I would make. Number 14. What is the strangest thing you have come across? That has gotta be my dog Stitch. He is friggin' weird. If you guys have seen him in my videos before, you know he's weird. Maybe it was that maybe it was that bonk on the head when he ran into the door that kind of just messed him up. But he's a weird little thing. He's adorable, but he is weird. This weird little feller. Thank you. Handsome little thing. Okay, number 15, we are almost there. What gets you fired up? Well, a challenge gets me fired up. If someone challenges me to do something and it's like, it's not stupid or anything, it's not gonna hurt anyone, and I'm motivated to do it, heck, I get fired up like nothing. if we're playing a board game or something, or if someone's like, you cannot draw that, or you cannot make that, or you just can't do that, a lot of times I try to prove them wrong. I just get really competitive. Number 16, what is your favorite day of the week? Hands down, Sunday. I love going to church. It's really great because it's loud in there and no one could hear me singing, because otherwise they'd be like, who let that dying cat in here? Hands down, Sundays. Number 17, what is the most memorable gift you've received? It has got to be this. Let me show you. It is this right here. 6 canvases painted with superhero logos attached with little hinges, so you know you can do that with like quotes from them. Bailey made that for me. That was a birthday gift, and that was the same birthday that I asked her out. Number 18, we're almost there. Which of your scars has the most interesting story behind it? I only have one scar, and it's right here. Such a small little scar. I was on the treadmill at home, and I think I was in the 1st or 2nd grade. I was walking backwards, right? I take my eyes off my intense skills for some reason or another, and I fall down. I kind of roll backwards. You know, a treadmill, it shoots you off, and then my hand, it just kind of laid there on the treadmill like this, the spinning part, and it just kind of like scarred it, yeah. And then when it started to scab, it looked like lava rocks, you know? It was friggin' awesome. I thought I was like heat blast. I was like, I don't ever want to peel this off, because what if it keeps growing and then I get the power to control fire? Obviously that never happened. I was like, heck yeah. So that's my only scar. I do have this like little hole right here in my chest. I don't know what that's from, but I'm not gonna count it as a scar because, I mean, I don't know what it is. Number 19, who is your favorite superhero? It comes down to 2. I really like Captain America and I really like Spider-Man. I always go back and forth. Some days it's Captain, some days it's Spider-Man, but I think the majority of the time it's gotta be Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I don't know, there's just something about him. Maybe it's the fact that he's young like me and Captain's like a 9,900-year-old guy. Not 9,900, but 99 comma slash whatever, 100. Spider-Man, he's funny, he's got a friggin' awesome rogues gallery, I guess, the villains. I gotta go Spider-Man. It's always such a neck and neck little decision, but it's Spider-Man. Now that's the end of the questions from the website. And here's the one question I threw in there, and that is, number 20, why did you start making YouTube videos? Why did I start making YouTube videos? I believe it was junior year, high school. I was sitting at my table. It was me, Ethan to my right, Tyler to my left, and Kevin sitting across the table. At lunch every day, we played Nova. It was some sort of little app on the phone. You know, you can all connect and you all get on a team and you all shoot each other. So we were playing that. I forget who said it, but someone suggested that we all start making YouTube videos. So we all made a channel. 3 of us posted stuff. Tyler never posted anything, just kind of made a channel. When I made my channel, I didn't exactly know what I wanted to be. I started just kind of imitating channels I subscribed to, like life hacks, and I was like, here's a life hack, or story time, here's a story time. And then I did a drawing video, and I was like, you know what, I really like this. I like seeing my art kind of come together. And that was before the senior year in high school, where I was like, I'm friggin' good at art. Not to be like conceited or anything like that. I was like, I really like my kind of art. I like what I'm starting to do. And then that drawing video turned into more drawing videos. I started drawing with Jacob videos. I think I did like 13 or so, maybe 14, but some weren't great. Some were all right. And then I stopped it. And then I kind of died out of YouTube for a little bit. And then when I drew Bailey's Disney thing, I uploaded that and it like, boom, took off. And I think it's at like maybe 55 or 60,000 right now in terms of views. And then I still kind of died off a little bit. I got back into it, and then I was like, you know what, I like doing this. Why am I putting like 3 or 4 months in between a video? So then I started trying to just get them out whenever, and then I started doing it like every week, and I'm like, I really like this. I like what I'm doing. I mean, over the past like month or so, I've had to miss one, but that's because of work and school getting in the way. I really like even just getting in front of the camera and doing something like this where I'm working on something for someone else, but I can still talk to you guys. I like this. Stitch, what are you doing? That's why you're the strangest thing I've seen. He's just chewing on his paw. But anyway, yeah, why did I start making videos? Because I was influenced by people around me. That's pretty much it. And I think they've all stopped making videos, but here I am still trucking along to no end. I started making them because I was influenced by friends, and here I am. So almost 4 years later, but really I've only been trying for like 2 years, year and a half. So that's pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this drawing. I've never drawn anime or steampunk anything before, so this is my first shot at it in a logo for a client that messaged me on Facebook because I'm doing commissions, so remember that. If you guys follow me for the Full Sail stuff, next week I should be posting, oh goodness, because I'm in the last week right now, so I have to post my experience in physics, or the fundamentals of physical science, whatever it's called, and then my experience in character modeling, and then I'm gonna do a third video. It'll be shorter, but it's like my experience in the month overall. How did the classes interact with each other? How did this class workload affect this class workload? Because in the videos, I'm solely gonna talk about the classes themselves. Third one, I'll talk about how they intertwine, kind of. They didn't intertwine in terms of work, but like how me working on this class affected my work in this class and vice versa. Let me know if you guys want like a strictly Full Sail questions video. I can do my best. Granted, I'm not an expert on Full Sail. I can simply just tell you what my experience has been like. If you guys want something like that, let me know. If you guys want to know more stuff about me, let me know. And if you guys just want me to do a ransom, oh gosh, that took a dark turn. But if you guys just want me to do a random video where I answer your questions, just let me know. Let me know if you like this kind of setup. If not, heck, we'll forget about it and never even acknowledge it again. So that's pretty much it for this, guys. So if you would please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.